to everyone. Oh, that was crap. What's up? What's up, everyone? This is Tyler. This is the crap. This is so bad. This is the Aftertouch podcast. It's me, Tyler, my boy Taft, and we have our special guest on today. Her name is Stephanie. Stephanie, how are you doing?
Good. I swear if you'd called me your special friend, I would cry.
No. So Stephanie's here. We're going to be talking about some really cool topics. We're going to be honest. We had some huge technical difficulties trying to freaking get this episode up.
It just means it's going to be great, though.
I persevered. You're welcome.
We gotta get you.
I know. I'm like
I know,
leaning
every
out.
time.
But then now you're out of it. Okay. That'll work.
We shall prevail.
I'll improvise.
Oh, I like
This
that.
time around.
I like
Okay.
that. Okay. So Taft's one-handed in it. Okay. Stephanie.
Yes.
All right. Stephanie, why are you here? No, tell us. Stephanie here is as a cool story about her weight loss procedure, and I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
And I now
I love that
want
you
to
call
know.
it a cool story. Like it's.
Is
like,
it a cool? Well, it seems like.
I mean,
a
it's
cool story.
like it's cool because like I did it. I guess. I mean, not everyone does that, and it's like a completely voluntary procedure.
So maybe what brought you to do it?
So it's kind of funny. I was 23. And I felt like an 80-year-old woman all the time.
Uh-huh.
Like I couldn't do anything. Like I could go home and I could watch TV and I could sit at a desk at work all day, and that was pretty much it. And I was volunteering on the weekends with a lot of elderly people, and they were like,
you were feeling like them?
no, they were like more active and capable than me.
Oh God,
it was awful. And I was like, okay, something's got to give here. And I had a coworker who had weight loss surgery, and I had always been like vehemently against it. I was like, oh no, that's not for me. I think that's just terrible. But it had gotten to a point where I was like, all right, maybe I need to kind of suck it up.
Is this liposuction, by the way?
No, it's not.
Okay.
What is the difference?
Yeah.
between
So
the two?
Educate us.
liposuction just literally sucks the fat out of your body. Yeah, like with a needle.
Wait. Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
This can be graphic. Sorry, y'all.
Okay.
So my arms, I've lost a lot of weight, and so like the skin is hanging, and like but there's still like fat cells that are like not really connected to the muscle anymore. There's like a skin break, so it's a lot harder to burn that fat.
Yeah.
And so like if I wanted to have my arms fixed, which I do someday, they would have to do something called debulking, and then they would remove the extra skin.
Yeah.
The debulking is essentially liposuction. So they would suck out this fat that's really hard to burn.
And then they'd like cut it off.
And then they would cut it off and sew it.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently your arms are like the most painful thing that you can do, but I want them done.
Isn't that like when like normally happens after like the end of like The Biggest Loser? Like
They have to have their skin fixed, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, you don't have to. It's really cosmetic at that point.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time when you are considering weight loss surgery, it really is. There are a lot of things called comorbidities like diabetes and like heart disease and stuff that happens that are exacerbated by or occur because you are so overweight. I didn't have a lot of comorbidities. I just like wasn't living a full life. And it sucked.
Did you feel like that you did you find this as like a quick solution?
No. Oh, it's absolutely not.
Okay,
it is not a silver bullet. It is not something that you just do. And actually, like a really high percentage, I don't know what it is, but high percentage of people who have weight loss surgery lose a lot of weight and then they gain it all back.
Yeah, they revert back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first thing I would even say, like anyone who asks me about it, who's considering about it, the first thing I say is get a therapist and get a therapist now. Because there is so much emotional work that has to be done first. And one of the biggest reasons is because a lot of the time, if you're overweight, you are an emotional eater. So you eat your feelings. And if you can't eat, you've lost your coping mechanism.
Okay.
So long story short, I ended up meeting with a therapist because you have to have a psychological evaluation before you can have surgery. Most insurances require that. I ended up meeting with this therapist who was like, yeah, girl, you're not ready. I'm not telling you, like, I'm not advising you for surgery. Like, I won't tell the doctors that you're ready. You're not. And I was so pissed. I was
Gosh
so
dang it.
mad.
Gosh dang you.
I was so mad. She's like, you don't want it. And I was like, you don't know me. I've been overweight every day of my life. Don't tell me what I do and don't want.
You're like,
she's like, don't come back until you want it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I waited like several months, and then I finally went back, and I was like, all right, you're right.
Why did you sorry real quick, why did you choose this way over, and like I don't even know like what the procedure is or whatnot. I'm sure we're gonna get to it unless I faint and pass out. Like this over the exercising, is it just like to the point where you
well, diet and exercising hadn't done me any good.
Gotcha.
Like,
okay.
I went on my first diet when I was 8 years old.
Okay.
Well, that's
so,
pretty
like,
early.
Yeah. And it wasn't like a crazy like crash diet or anything, but like when I was about 8, my mom started getting concerned about my weight. And so she actually had me do the diabetic exchange, which is just the diet that they use for diabetic people to help maintain health. And so essentially she was like, I just want to start keeping track of what you eat and trying to like help you eat more healthy things.
Okay, so this is just because this wasn't working and you needed a wake.
Yeah,
because you wanted to live your life.
Yeah, and so like I'd been trying to work out for a long time, and
Doesn't
it
suck.
it was the worst. It was just awful, and like I was so overweight. You know, they say like you after a while you start to get more energy. That wasn't happening because it was so much work. Dude. And my body was like it just couldn't handle it. So like I was swimming a lot. I was trying to like exercise in the pool because it was easier on my joints and stuff.
Yeah, that's the best.
But it was it was just like, I hated it. I hated every minute of it. And diets don't work. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. They're not
for long term.
No,
not for long term.
And there are so many reasons why they're just stupid. Like I can go on for days about why diets are retarded.
Well, we are gonna delve into this retarded diet thing. Because I want to hear this.
But yeah, so
Tyler's currently trying one.
Although I didn't do I'm not. This like last week.
Yeah, drinking that Diet Coke last night.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, shame. Yeah, but it's not a long term.
No,
the diets are very like short term, and
transient.
Yeah. Like for me, I honestly I've been working out and I got stuck at a certain weight, and I only went on this diet so I could like break that. Luckily, what I've learned though from this diet is how to eat healthier. So that's a big thing. So I don't have to like starve myself, but I can like maybe pick the right foods.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least I know instead of eating 2 hamburgers, 1, or just to stop like 1. Because here's the thing: if
one and a half.
Yeah, well, if I have this thing where if I bought it, I'm gonna freaking eat the entire thing.
That's a real problem.
Oh
it's
gosh,
like it's all or nothing mentality. Like
that's
like,
me.
If
my
I
life.
Start it, I have to finish it, and you've got to cut that.
That's
off
my
at
life.
knees. Yeah.
That's with everything. Do I need help?
That's what therapists are for.
No, that's a thing.
No, yeah, that's really a thing. All or nothing.
That's a
thinking.
psychological problem.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's a.
I think I know why.
Psychological problem isn't how I would put it. It's a barrier to. It's a thought error.
I know why this is happening. By the way, I think I know why it happened.
Why?
I'm gonna take you guys back to when I was 7 years old, and Pokemon Blue was all the rage on the Game Boy, and I told my mom to shut up or something, and she was like, "You go to your room," and I told her to shut up. I don't know what I was smoking, and then she was like, "If you don't go to your room, I'm gonna smash your Pokemon Blue game with a hammer." And I was a dumb kid, and I was like, "Fine, do it. I'll watch." And she did it, and she smashed that game with a hammer. And I never, and I never finished that game. By the way, I never finished Pokemon Blue. What if that's like the genesis of like because I didn't finish that game, I now need to finish other things.
I am
Still
not.
has nightmares
I am
about
not
it
a
to this
mental
day.
health
I
professional.
didn't get that Pikachu.
You know what? I never finished was Zelda Twilight. Ocarina Zelda
of Time?
Ocarina of Time.
What?
I need to play it.
It's hard.
It's amazing.
It's so important to me. I did beat Twilight Princess, but
That one's so good.
I didn't beat that one.
it was fun. I liked it.
Fun. I liked it too.
Yeah,
You like also video games?
that's basically all I play. Portal and Zelda.
We're gonna get back to this. Okay, so anyways, oh wow, why didn't you bring that up when we were talking for an hour trying to set this up? Oh my stars, I love this. Okay, so your procedure. So they said no, you're not mentally ready. You were like, what the f?
Yeah.
Months later,
I went back and I worked with her for about 6 months before she cleared me.
Gosh dang this lady.
Oh, I love her, and I thank her to this day. It was absolutely the right thing.
Gosh dang, we love this lady so
Yeah,
much.
no, her name is Michelle. She's wonderful.
So what exactly did you do? Like when you'd meet with her?
Like in therapy sessions?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like they're different. Like,
It's
but
not like Freaky Friday where they're like, so how do you feel about that?
no, I mean, like I come in and I tell her what happened like in the last week or whatever, and then I almost always had homework. So it would be like,
you do your homework there? Oh, she
yeah,
would give you homework.
she would give me homework.
Oh, I was like,
yeah,
doing
no.
homework.
She would give me homework like, write down what would happen if you were, or like if you're eating and you're not hungry, why? Write that down. Look and try and examine like what are you feeling, what emotions are you avoiding.
So therapists are there to like help you identify problems.
Yeah, no, therapists
deeper.
are facilitators.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like. Okay.
They help you dig deeper beyond what you just normally
what you would normally
throughout
think,
your day.
and they make you think hard about yourself and about the harder things.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think everyone should have a therapist. Like, honest to goodness, like if just for like occasional maintenance, it's just good to have somebody who will make you think about things that you don't want to think about.
Yeah.
But like the one time we did something where it was like, she was like, address your hunger as a person. And it was this kind of exercise where like I kind of, or your desire to eat when you're not hungry or something like that. I kind of had to take that urge or that desire and separate it from myself.
Okay.
So it wasn't about me. It was about
this
entity, this thing that I do. Right. And address it as a person. Like I gave it a name. I think I called it Steve or something.
Gosh dang it, Steve.
Yeah, no, really. And it was like, have a conversation with Steve about like, why are we doing this? And like, how, like, what do you think of Steve and how does he make you feel and that kind of thing. And it allows you to kind of separate yourself from the things that you do that you don't like.
Interesting.
Because if you over-identify, then you shut down and you can't change.
And it kind of like takes, like, you thinking, oh, this is all me, and then you're going to be hard on yourself. But if you're able to separate the problem from you, and then it gives you an opportunity or like an outlet to be like, no, this is Steve, not me.
Yeah.
And we need to figure out how to kill Steve.
Well, no.
We don't kill Steve?
No, we honor and respect Steve.
Really?
We figure out, yeah. So you figure out why Steve is doing what Steve is doing, and then you listen, and then you say, okay, well, that's not. So you make
so you make an agreement with.
Yeah,
Steve.
you change the way Steve behaves, right?
What if Steve's just a dick?
Then you should probably do some more work
with Steve.
Yeah.
So Steve's like a bad relationship.
Can be.
And you just gotta work. Interesting.
Yeah, like so that was another
that.
thing. We like wrote a breakup letter to
Steve.
Not Steve. Like breakup letter to diets or something like that. Like I don't remember what it was, but that was the kind of thing that we would do, where it was like, I don't want this to be a part of my life anymore, so I'm cutting it out. But yeah, that was something that we absolutely we worked a lot on, was kind of identifying that. And we also did something, I don't remember what it's called. There's an acronym for it, but like emotional processing, where
EP.
No, it was like, because you use these little like buzzy things. So they had lights and they like vibrated, and they're like little things. And she would have like a little box, and it would basically, it simulates like a REM cycle. Okay. So basically your mind processes information through your dreams.
Yeah.
It basically would simulate that, and allow you to think through like these emotional problems, and allow you to process them.
Interesting. That's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. I kind of hated it. I didn't like that exercise for some reason, and I could never figure out why. But she'd be like, "Do you want to do this?
You don't want to like deal with your problems like right here and then."
No, it was always this kind of frustrating circular process for me. It's kind of hard to explain, but she'd always be like, "Are you willing to do this?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
So when you got the procedure done, then how long was the recovery?
So, well, first of all, I had a 2-week liquid diet before.
Gotcha.
More
stars.
Yeah, I weighed 407 pounds on the day of my surgery. And then it was laparoscopic.
That word.
That's where they send a camera.
Yeah, so that
you,
they
right?
cut I think they cut 4 or 5 really small holes, and they stick little cameras and little really long tongs, essentially. And they just do it without cutting you open all the way. So
No. No. I passed out on a finger prick. So there's.
Oh, dude, I've got a story for you then. I'm
don't
so
make
excited to
story.
watch Tyler
Okay,
squirm.
so they cut.
So,
This is cool,
they
though.
told me I needed 3 weeks of recovery. I needed 3 weeks off of work. I spent an extra day in the hospital because they have to do a scan to make sure that everything that they sewed up, because so here's what they did. They so you know how your stomach is shaped like a kidney bean, right?
Yeah, I knew that.
And they basically just cut off the rounded part so that it was shaped like a banana. Yeah, does that make sense?
So that you can't have as much food.
So I can't fit as much food. And also
Okay.
that's the stretchy part of your stomach. So my stomach doesn't stretch like most people's do.
Interesting.
So basically they cut off a huge chunk of my stomach and just sewed it closed. And then they also rerouted my intestine so that they made it shorter. So I don't absorb everything that I eat either. So I have to get a lot of extra protein in my diet, or I'm supposed to.
That seems like,
Yeah.
what about vitamin deficiency?
Yeah, so I have to take special vitamins every day.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot. And then my current doctor's okay, I know you take your special vitamin, but I also need you to take extra iron, and I need you to take extra vitamin D because you're not getting enough. Because I have to do regular blood tests to make sure I'm getting what I need. And I know that I'm not if my hair starts falling out.
Is there a way for you to get back to the point where you don't need to do all these checkups?
No.
So this is a huge commitment. So
Well, yeah, it's forever.
yeah, but
I
you forever have to now you take these pills, constantly getting checked. There's
I
no
mean,
way.
I don't have to get checked constantly.
Uh-huh.
How often do you have checkups?
So you're supposed to go back, I think, every 6 months. I don't, because the clinic's in Salt Lake, so I'm not willing to go all the way over there still. But I also have all these other medications that I take. So my doctor, I got a new doctor when I moved up here, and he's wanting to test until I get back to a place where my blood levels are where he wants them. So
it is possible.
It's possible not to have the blood tests all the time,
But
but you do have to take the vitamins.
Gotcha.
Forever.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy taking all these vitamins?
No, they smell disgusting.
I believe it.
They smell so gross. I cannot even explain to you. They are the most rank things ever.
Yeah.
And I have to swallow them.
So
And they're about
Horse pills, big
Yeah, they're
horse
pills.
Yeah.
oh, that's gross.
Yeah.
No way. So do you find now that you've done this procedure, looking good. You're alive.
150 pounds.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
80 pounds in the first 6 months, 50 in the second.
Can I be
and
honest with
20
you?
more.
I thought you were more. I'll be honest.
I thought I'd lost more.
No, I thought. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
I know.
Do you?
But I it in my living memory, not living memory, but even in high school, I weighed more than I do now.
So how does that? So okay. So after the recovery, what did you do? Were you just I can take? Because
No, you can't eat.
no, maybe not eat, but did you feel like you had more energy now? You could do the things that maybe you wanted to do.
Yeah,
that you couldn't
I
have.
would say. I mean, it took some time because it's not
Yeah.
like the weight just disappeared.
Yeah.
But about 6 months out, so I had my surgery in April, and then in end of August, beginning of September that year, I went to South Africa to visit my parents. And I walked Victoria Falls and didn't die,
Yeah.
which I could never have done 6 months before.
Yeah.
And
Which I'm
did
sure felt great.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. And I did a zip line, which I would have exceeded the weight limit. I would never have been allowed on it. So I did this zip line, which was really cool. And I was able to go shopping with my mom and not just want to kill myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. There was a lot of things that I could do that I couldn't do before. And it was worth every second, every
Yeah.
second of the one time I was the first time I went out to eat, I was with my friend, and I had ordered really conservatively, and I had eaten too much, and I had gotten full, so I started trying to drink water to kind of like flush it through my system.
Yeah.
But I drank too much water.
Oh no.
And so I was like totally full. Like
What's this
I
mean?
could feel the water.
What's
like
this
the
mean?
the water level was like under my chin.
You're like,
I was like so full, so much pain. I was like trying to talk through it, and I couldn't. And I finally just like burped, and water came gushing out all over the table. And I was like, I mean, I didn't. We just like put napkins everywhere because it just looked like someone had spilled a glass of water.
wait, it was just water.
It was just water.
There wasn't like
It was like
any,
water
like,
and backwash.
No
like,
junkies.
Ew. So all right. So fast forward to now, present day.
Yeah.
What are you doing now? So your plan is obviously to like.
Yeah, someday I want to get these arms out.
Yeah. So what do you do now to keep yourself from maybe
Gaining.
but like also just like still being able to do the things? Because is that still a fear that you could gain it back?
Kind of.
Because it's still your stomach, you said, which I almost puked at.
Yeah, you should let me tell my story about the drain.
The dream? The dream?
Drain.
Oh no! I don't want to hear any drainage. No.
No, they put a drain in my body, and you're supposed to go in the clinic to have it removed after a week or two.
It's in you? They just leave it in you?
So it's like a built-in colostomy bag, but for organs.
Oh no! Wait, is it just like in your side? Just like
no, it was
draining?
right here in my stomach, like right above my belly button.
And it was just like in you.
Wow.
Yeah, no, so I had like a drain with like a big old hose like hanging on like for like a week and a half, and it was so uncomfortable.
Whoa, that's crazy.
It was awful. And so, but
That's your
I
best.
was
Just,
staying,
that's your best adjective you can say is, oh yeah, it was just awful.
it
was just awful.
It was uncomfortable. I couldn't like sleeping was dreadful because like
You had a pipe.
I had a hose.
Oh, don't.
So-
Wait, and was there like it was?
So
This isn't real
I
life.
was staying with my grandmother like 2 hours away from the clinic. So they're like, yeah, you can take it out home at this point.
You could just take out your hose.
So like my mom and I are like, okay, let's take this hose out. I can take the drain out. So so we're sitting there, like I'm sitting on the edge of the bed with this big old hose. Like, I mean, it was probably like an inch in diameter. And go to pull it out, right? And so she pulls a little bit. And okay, so you guys have read Harry Potter, right?
the first three.
Okay, so like port keys. So it's not it's in the fourth one, the port key. You know how it talks about a tug behind your navel? Like the feeling, the sensation of experiencing the port key. That's what it felt like. Okay, so she just goes boom, boom, and like pulls, and it like that wasn't all of it. And I was like, okay. No.
Okay, I thought like, spraying you.
No, so like, she pulls on the hose and like that wasn't it. And I was like, there's more? Like how far is it in there? So then she pulls really hard and like bunch more comes out and I'm like, ah! Like it didn't hurt, but it felt like someone was ripping my insides out.
Yeah.
And it didn't hurt. It was just a really weird sensation. And then it's like still not all of it. So I'm like, all right, Mom, let's just do this. And
Wait,
so
she didn't get it all out.
no. So she goes hand over hand over hand.
Oh.
Tug, tug, tug. And it pops out.
Oh, so gross.
It was so
So
gross.
now you just have a hole in you? Did you?
Yeah,
have a
no.
cork to put yourself in,
No,
like-
I didn't. I had just a tiny little hole and I bandaged it up.
That's
and,
amazing.
And it healed.
That
now I have a
is an
scar.
amazing story. That is incredible.
Isn't that gross?
I think I saw that in that scene, Alien. Oh my.
The weirdest sensation. I cannot describe it to you.
You know
So
what's funny
weird.
is I was gonna ask you because like I too like everything when you're describing like how you like have a hard time like losing weight and exercising sucks. I too go through those things. And I was like, maybe I should do this.
No.
No.
No, no.
Well, no, because I
Like
the
weight loss surgery is only a sacrifice worth making if you cannot live a full life as you are.
Dang it.
That sounds important.
It's so important.
That is important. And I'm actually like, I'm not pro ho. I'm pro. I'm actually no. I'm anti hose in me. So, as of today, I'm making a stance on hoses inside of me. I will not have any hose. Oh boy, stories. That's a nut story.
Yeah,
I didn't even know. They don't ever show that in The Biggest Loser.
No, well, The Biggest Loser doesn't. They don't have surgery.
Yeah, but at the end, they just show them, and then they just show the documentary, like, and I live my life great now, and you're just like, yeah, but you had a hose in you.
No, weight loss surgery is not Biggest Loser. Those are two different things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Biggest Loser is just a diet and exercise.
Oh, yeah, but like I'm talking.
Oh, like my 600-pound life or whatever.
Yeah,
where they have. Yeah,
totally
they don't show that
totally
to you.
Mixed that up. I'm sorry, Biggest Loser.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about though.
Oh, okay. So what do you? Oh yeah, so we're on the stomach thing because you saw that.
Oh, you were asking me about what I do now, though.
Yeah, what do you do now? Do you have that? Do you still have that fear of? I'm really queasy, by the way. Right now, I'm trying to keep my own stomach in check.
I must
To
be
be honest-
desensitized or something because I'm like, oh, that's cool.
I worked in doctor's office, so like nothing. Yeah.
Because do you? Oh man, that's
I don't
that
really do
story.
much, to be honest. Like
Uh-huh.
a lot of people have to be like super careful about maintenance and stuff.
Yeah.
But here's what I do: is if I'm full, I stop eating.
Yeah.
And if I am like craving something, I eat it.
Yeah.
Because like, if I'm craving something and I'm like, oh no, that's sugar, I can't have that. I'm gonna, eat something else to replace it, and it's not what I want.
And
And
you're
so
just
then
gonna
I'm
eat
just
more
eat
of
more
it.
of
Yeah.
whatever it is, and
No,
it's not
yeah.
filling that need. And then half the time you end up eating what it is that you wanted anyway.
Yeah, and then you screw yourself
So
over.
if I want that thing, I just eat it. And I only eat as much as it takes to get full, and then I stop. And I don't have a problem.
Yeah.
I just don't make myself sick over food anymore. If it makes me feel gross, I try to not eat it. But there are things like pizza that I'm like, no, body, we're going to eat this.
Pizza's life.
Pizza is life.
What's your favorite kind of pizza, by the way?
Ooh,
Actually, let's debunk some. What's your opinion on pineapple on pizza?
boo.
Thank you.
Boo on both of you.
No, boo on you, Tab.
Boo.
Shame on
Bow
you, man.
to the queen of putrescence.
The only fruit that I will put on pizza, and I only had it once, and it was in South Africa. Have you ever had banana on pizza?
Ew.
Do you think
I don't.
that?
I don't
It's not
think
too
I could
bad.
do it.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Tomatoes
But
a
tomatoes are a fruit.
Is it a fruit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomatoes a fruit. You
It
don't
is.
put that on pizza.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm biased because I don't even like pineapple.
Can we talk about rocket for a second?
Okay, yeah,
for
that
real.
makes
That might
sense.
be it.
A rocket.
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 It's arugula.
Oh, yeah,
Spoiler
arugula.
alert.
I love that
Right,
stuff,
like
yeah.
South Africans and their
Wow, she's
rocket.
sophisticated.
They're
saying
so
rocket.
freaking funny.
What?
South Africans put arugula on everything.
Arugula.
It's good though.
It's
It's
those
kind of a
weird green
peppery-
leaves.
Yeah, it's a green leaf and it's got kind of a peppery flavor.
It's like peppery lettuce.
nutty flavor.
Where was I?
It's good. It's better than spinach. I'll tell you that.
I
Really?
see.
Oh, yeah,
no,
way be-
see, it's got too strong of a flavor. You can't eat an arugula salad. Like that's too much flavor.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. If you mix it with iceberg wedge and stuff.
Yeah, which I don't like.
Frick, I feel
They
like
just-
missed out
I
on something.
dig it.
I feel like they put arugula on everything and they call it rocket. So you're like reading the menu and they're like blah
They
blah
do
blah
call it
avocado
rocket.
and rocket and you're like, what's rocket?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
on my food?
You never had rocket.
I feel like I missed out on something for 2 years. What the frick?
Yeah, but no, I heard
Rocket.
did you do that thing like that roadside thing with like the loaf of bread and it's like
The
they-
kota.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
that stuff's bomb. I gained probably so much weight because of that thing. I mean, come on. It's a loaf of bread. Already, that's a little fattening.
With chips in it. Chips,
With
by
it-
the way, are French fries
yeah,
for them.
with those greasy French fries because they probably haven't changed the grease in like a month. With like the hot
Mayonnaise.
dog. Oh yeah, mayonnaise.
A fried
ketchup,
egg. I like getting a fried
I like
egg
a
in
fried
mine.
egg on mine. And then there's a thing called the special, and I never found out what it was. There's
probably cat.
something. There's something. I know. There's something called the bazooka challenge, or the AK, and it's a full loaf. But what we did is we did that plus we put chili all over it, and I had
It sounds like suicide.
try to do it. Oh, dude, I took 3 bites and I was out of commission. It was nuts. I
I'm
was
just
complete.
glad that I had the opportunity. I had to have a kota, which was actually not in South Africa, but was before my surgery.
You're just
Because now I would
Yeah.
be like, no. Thank you. I'm good. I don't need that.
So you're anti my crappy diet I'm going on right
Yeah,
now.
I am. Intuitive eating is my philosophy.
That's another big word. You
Intuitive eating, it's a book, and it's essentially a book explaining why diets are the worst.
Oh, I mean, I don't see it as a long-term thing. I'm just seeing it as like I had a hump. And I wanted to get over
the thing
Make
is,
some
the
progress.
thing is, like if you
Yeah.
if you
Some
don't do it
results.
right,
Yeah.
if you don't do it right, you'll just go back to where you were before. Or further back, right? Like, because if you stretch something and then it bounces back,
well, see,
it's
that's what I tested. That's what I
before.
tested this week. This whole entire week I ate whatever I wanted, and I did not. But I still exercised, and I didn't gain a pound. I actually lost 2 pounds.
Exercise is a big part of the equation.
Yeah, but I was exercising still on this diet, but I just think. So I'm gonna go back. So I'm back on a diet this week, as of today, because yesterday, those tacos were good. But
Tuesday cheat day.
yeah,
No, it was taco day.
it was taco day.
It was a
Taco Tuesday.
triple date.
Yeah,
thing.
it was delicious.
Well, it wasn't. Even
Shout
a
out to
triple
Jamie.
date. Yeah.
Shout
Shout out.
the shiz.
Dude, she's the shiz. Those were some bomb tacos. I almost added another
Did you guys
word
go
to
to
the bomb,
Don
but
No, it was at her house.
Oh, Jamie made tacos?
Yeah.
Where's
man.
my invite? The heck?
We did Taco Bell style where we did soft shell, tortilla on the
Nice.
outside, hard shell on the
dude,
inside.
Taft brought it
beans.
up, and we followed.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I was in class. It's fine. I'm over it.
But yeah, I think
I'm over it.
I think the people who go on multiple diets, that's like they're just wanting a quick solution. I know someone, won't name names, but they go on a diet,
Like cleanses and stuff.
No, well, they just go on a diet, and then like they'll lose like 10 pounds, and then they'll like regain it, and then they'll just keep doing that and regain it, and I'm just like, that's not the point. You've got to like
Change your lifestyle.
you got to change your lifestyle, or just accept that
you are where you are, which
Yeah.
is where I'm at right now,
Yeah.
right? Is like, so like I've lost 150 pounds. I was supposed to lose at least 200, and I have maintained for 2 years. Okay. So like, honestly, the last time I went to the doctor, I had inexplicably lost 6 pounds, but before that I literally hadn't lost or gained a pound in between doctor's visits in 2 years almost. So like whatever I'm doing, my body is comfortable where I'm at.
yeah.
Because like I can eat whatever I want, not as much as I want, right? But
Yeah.
that is so frustrating to be like, I want more of this, but I can't. That's the worst. But I know that this is where my body is comfortable, and so I am not going to force it to be something else. And I hate that that's the world that we live in, where it's like you can be told by people who have no right to tell you that that's not good enough. And it's like, no. This is where my body likes to be. This is where I'm comfortable. This is where I'm happy. This is where I'm healthy. I can do all the things that I want to do. I can be everywhere I want to be. So I'm good with this.
As long as you're
Yeah.
like you're happy about
And
it.
like
yeah.
I think that we are so focused on like looking like we're supposed to look.
I want to look like Channing Tatum.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's really hard to do.
But the thing is, though, I've accepted the fact that no matter how much exercise and dieting or just eating, I don't have the genes
To have that kind of
to
abs.
look like that monster beast of a
Yeah,
man.
no, like that kind of that defined ab look really doesn't like happen to a lot of people.
I don't want
It's,
the
like, not
defined
even
ab
possible.
look. I just want that jawline. Yeah. And the height.
The square
He's a
jaw.
beautiful man. Channing
A
Tatum.
little bum
Someday
chin.
when this is a viral
Yes,
podcast,
yes,
Channing,
yes.
we love you. You're beautiful.
Dude, Channing Tatum's my boy. I've seen every one of his movies. Every single one. Every single one.
Even
Every
Magic Mike.
single one. Even the sequel. Every single one.
Step up.
Yes. That was good, dude. He's a dancer. You know he was a stripper before he was an actor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you know
That's
that? Yeah.
That's
That's real.
awesome.
That's some awesome life decisions, man. I can't be a stripper because it's illegal for me to take my clothes off in some places. As you can see, I'm not like the. I woke up for this podcast because I was asleep and I forgot about it. So
And
I'm
did he
in my-
come in his stormtrooper pajamas? Yes, he did.
Yeah, I didn't wear the matching top, but.
It's
Yeah.
fine. I forgive you.
So okay, so you're living life.
I'm
You
living.
love video games.
Okay, that's probably strongly put. I occasionally play a video game.
What's your occasional video game that you're playing?
Like, I'm not playing a video game right now.
Okay. New
Like,
question.
true life.
Well,
No,
okay,
like,
what are you doing with your time currently
Yeah.
that you enjoy a lot?
okay, well, right now I'm
you
working
made
full
me
time and going to school full time.
What are you studying?
Huh?
What are you studying?
Business management
Oh, nice. You're at the UVU.
at the UVU. Yeah.
Do you like it?
UVV.
You true Wolverine?
UVV. You know, UV. What? No,
Are you a
I'm
true
not.
Wolverine? Yeah, neither.
Confession. You want to hear a confession?
Totally.
Never been kissed.
What?
Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying to you. And stage kisses don't count for this, right? Like, I was an actor in high school, so those don't count.
Okay, Tyler might think otherwise. With a philosophical debate coming in here.
I
If
just
he's,
feel like
like,
does that
literally
mean my number
gay.
goes down? Never kissed someone on stage because I was
No,
always in the pit.
Yeah, no,
I was just
I had
playing
one
my
lead
cello.
role in high school, so
What were you?
it was Rose in Gypsy.
I'm not familiar with plays very much.
Yeah,
What is Gypsy?
Gypsy is the story of a burlesque dancer / stripper.
Did you do this in high school?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. What's your
Yeah.
high school? Make sure my daughter never
So I
goes there.
graduated from the Salt Lake School for the Performing Arts.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Very liberal leaning, I'm guessing, because they're having kids play strippers.
Well, yeah. I mean, okay. So it was the story of this girl who was like grew up as a performer and she did like vaudeville, and like one day it turned into burlesque, and that's. But I played the mother, who is really, she's not the title role, but she's the lead role in the show.
Yeah. Did you have like did you sing songs like "Don't
yeah.
be a stripper"?
No,
It's not good for you.
It's her mom who pushes her into it.
Oh gosh, dang it! Gosh, dang it! No.
Yeah, actually, so spoiler, y'all. Sorry. The man that she's with, Herbie, like she refuses to marry him, blah blah blah, and then she finally agrees to marry him. And just as they're supposed to leave this particular like venue where they are doing this show to go get married, this opportunity for her to do basically a burlesque act comes up, and her mom pushes her into it, and Herbie leaves her because of it. It's kind of sad, but
And forever?
yeah, he's like, that's it, I'm done. And he's been putting up with her for years and like incredibly
He's like,
patient.
I'm
good
done
guy.
with you stripping, Shalissa.
No, he's like, you just forced your child, who I love like my own child, to become a stripper. Like, I'm not gonna be with you anymore. That's
The
basically
mom.
Yeah,
Oh, so he was dating the mom.
he was dating the mom.
Oh, I thought he was dating
Yeah,
the daughter.
sorry, no. So he was
Okay.
dating the mom, and when the mom pushed her daughter into
Yeah. So what happens to the
stripping
daughter at the end? Does
she becomes an incredibly famous and successful stripper. Like,
because that happens. Those
no, so like that's the end, right? Is
No.
that's how it ends, and like the last scene is like her mom trying to get attention, trying to talk to her daughter, who's like this
Dude, that
now
sounds like
incredibly
Lindsay
famous and
Lohan.
successful stripper. And she's like, "Look, Mom, I'm successful. I don't need you anymore."
Yeah.
And her mom like loses it.
No, did you know that, Taft? That so Lindsay Lohan, she kind of like stopped being popular for a while, and because all that booger sugar that she was doing, yeah. And then like I read on my gossip magazines that I do that she was an escort for a while.
Whoa.
Escort, you know what those are.
Yeah.
And it was her mom who was pushing her into doing all that crap. And like there was a huge documentary on it because like her mom was also pushing her little sister to get into like the music game. Dude, Gypsy's about the mom of Lindsay Lohan.
No, Gypsy is. It's actually a true story.
Oh no, this is even. What was her stripper name, by the way?
Gypsy
Diamond?
Rosalie.
Gypsy Rose. What was her real name?
Louise. I don't remember what her last name
Her
was.
first name was Louise.
Her name was Louise.
I
And she
might-
had a sister named crap.
Did her sister become a stripper?
No, her older sister was the star of the show until she ran off with
the
some
stripper.
boy.
She's done stripping.
With a boy.
Oh, okay. I liked how for a second you were calling strippers performers.
No, that was before they were strippers. They were children.
Oh.
They were in like vaudeville shows as like
What's vaudeville? That sounds familiar.
it's like variety shows.
Okay.
Like old school variety shows.
All right.
But yeah, no. So it's this story. It's a tragic story of an insane stage mom.
Okay, so that's why you're the lead role, because you're like the worst And everyone's supposed to
No,
hate
because
you.
I'm an amazing singer. That's
yeah.
why I was.
No,
the
you
lead
know,
role.
no, dude. Let me tell you. When I go to your ward, I know exactly where you're sitting. I don't have to. I'll be in the back, and I'll be like,
Stephanie is in the third row.
just be like, oh! I'm like, I know exactly where she is now.
Everyone,
You got pipes. That's why
yeah.
you were so good at that ping pong game that we played.
Oh, yeah,
Blow pong.
Yeah, that's why she was queen forever because she's got.
I
pipes,
was not,
yo.
dude.
You were.
I was
queen
I
for
was
a
up there for a while, but then I got dethroned in a really shameful moment, and
But
then
the
I
thing is,
never made
people
it back.
dethroned you though because
They
we,
were like
we saw you as a
determined.
problem. We saw you as a problem. You
Got
were
99 problems, and you're
yeah,
all
you
of
were the
them.
KJU. You were the KJU of that. Kim Jong Un, by the way. Like,
KJU.
we had to get you out. So what? So you love movies because of your 300+ movie collection.
Yeah.
What's a good movie that you've seen recently? A recent movie.
Like a new one?
A new one.
I don't watch new movies. I like watch old ones.
Really? Okay, give me an old movie that you enjoy watching.
Okay, so it's not super old, but Lars and the Real Girl is really good.
I've heard of that. Isn't it kind of depressing?
Well, so it's depressing is not the word I would use. It's not upbeat, no. But
That's
like
depressing.
I tell people I tell people about this movie because when you see the commercial you're like like scandalized because it's the story of this guy who like gets a sex doll and it's like
Tell me more.
but like he has like a mild delusion and he thinks that she's real.
This is
She like he is deluded, right? So he thinks that it's like a mail order bride essentially, but like
continue to.
it's a completely chaste relationship. So like
That's good.
yeah, no, like it's really interesting because like he tells his brother because he like lives in the garage and his brother and his wife live in the house. And he like tells his brother, he's like, she's here from Russia. She doesn't really speak English, but like she's not comfortable sleeping in the garage with me because like she's Christian and like religious. And like he's you know, he's got a delusion, so he thinks it's real.
Why didn't anyone stop him?
Well, that was the thing is that like
his brother's delusional too.
no. His
Oh,
brother
yeah.
is the one who's like, this is insane. Why are we encouraging this?
They
But-
encouraged it.
Yeah, so they
Oh
take him to
my
the doctor,
God.
right?
Yeah,
They're like,
that's
there's
the-
something wrong with
That's
him.
the first step.
Yeah, so they take him to the doctor, and the doctor says, actually, one of the best treatments for a delusion like this is to let him. It's an extreme coping mechanism. So let him work through whatever it is. He has extreme social anxiety, and so it's like let him work through this anxiety that he has, and the delusion will go away.
Is that scientifically proven?
That's real. Yeah, that's a thing that you can do.
Yeah, but I feel like
Well, and it works out. Spoiler. That's what ends up happening in the long run.
he's
I
like,
won't
oh,
explain."
she's not real.
No.
That's what he does.
No, he basically, she dies
In his mind.
in his mind.
In
yes.
his consciousness. Okay.
So
There's-
she dies.
There's
But it's a beautiful film about like this community coming together to help this
So
guy.
what would you categorize it? Comedy, drama?
Drama.
Okay, it's a drama.
Have you seen the movie called Her?
No,
Have you heard of it?
I have.
I kind of want to see that because it's interesting. Have you heard of it?
No, I
It's
haven't.
Guy
basically-
falls in love with Siri essentially.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he falls in love with Siri, but Siri is a lot more. She actually has a personality.
She has real AI.
She's real AI, but
Okay.
it's just like, and he's just like talks to her. Hey, how's your day? And like he starts dating Siri, basically.
Have you seen that episode of Big Bang Theory?
No, what did he date? Date Siri?
The Indian guy whose name I can't
Raj.
remember. Yeah, is it Raj?
Yeah,
Raj kind of falls in love with Siri because it's
Dude.
really funny.
I love.
I think it was topical. I think it came out around the time that Her
Siri
was coming
came in.
out. Yeah,
Big
no,
Bang.
that the movie Her was coming
Oh,
out.
gotcha. That makes sense.
Wait, Her is with the bad dude from Gladiator,
This is
right?
Joaquin-
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and Her is Scarlett Johansson. That might be the only reason why I watched the movie.
wait. If it's Siri, how, is she
No, the
depicted?
voice.
It's not
the
actually
voice. She's the
Siri.
voice.
It's
Oh,
just
it's
like
her
Yeah,
speaking.
it's not Siri.
Okay, I was like,
And then like I think at the end, like all the AI is like, well, we're smart. We're gonna go have relationships with each other, and they all leave to do AI stuff.
Sad.
But apparently it's because he goes through a breakup
Mm-hmm.
with like this girl he super loved, and like that was his coping mechanism until at the very end he's like, yeah,
She's not
I should probably be with humans.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's just it's a beautiful film.
Lars. Okay, what's a movie? All right, what's a movie that do you like horror movies?
No gore, but
Yeah,
like
no, that's when it's.
I like
accepted.
psychological thrillers. Yeah.
Dude, you gotta watch the Black Coat's Daughter then. Redbox that crap. With Amazon Prime. Prime Now.
I don't know if
Amazon
she'd
Prime.
be into that. That one's kind of. There's some bloody stuff in it.
That's true.
See, I can't do violence.
It's up until the end.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you're
It's
just
kind of
like-
shocking towards the end.
That's the best. Where you're just like ah.
Yeah, no, I have a low violence tolerance.
The Woman in Black. That was
a good one.
That was scary.
There were a lot of jump scares in that one, but a lot of them you see coming.
You
but
would-
like the stuff where like the chick like it comes out, she's like on fire, like that was cool.
That was nuts.
Yeah.
You would like. Oh gosh, I'm brain farting right now. I hate when I do that.
Conjuring.
Conjuring. Yeah, the
Conjuring.
Conjuring's really good because
Yeah.
it's not like violent. It's just creepy, like ghosts.
Do you know what movie jacked me up? Was The Skeleton Key.
Dude, is that
Older?
That's the voodoo one.
The voodoo.
So messed up.
No.
That's because that stuff's real. Voodoo is real.
Well, no,
Yeah.
listen, let me tell you something. As someone who delves into the occult.
Supernatural.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, I'm into supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
I love, like, Constantine, but, like, I do my own
Mm-hmm.
comic book that's published is supernatural genre.
Okay.
I do delve into this crap. But I read somewhere that you got in, like, church, like, literature that, like, there's, like, a point where, like, so, like, God has given, you know, like, the barrier between, like, Satan and, like, his host and us. But, like, you're the only
If
one.
you let him in,
You're
he
the
will
only
come
one
in.
that can crack it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I play a fine line between,
No,
like,
you have to be so careful with that stuff.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Well, I'm not going to, like,
Yeah.
scary story. So I was doing research for my comic book series.
Oh, the Barnes and Noble one.
The Barnes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, I need some. I felt like I wanted to put like legit crap. I was like, I don't want to make up spells, and let's just get
Yeah,
the
yeah.
real crap. Yeah. So I go to the back, and like there's a magic sorcery section in Barnes and Noble, and I go to it's in the very back of the store. That's shady. And I go there, and I instantly felt like death, and I just ran.
Yeah. No.
I
Okay.
ran.
So when I was a little kid, you know that game Bloody Mary, where you're like in the.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. No.
I won't. But you know that game.
so
You say her
Yeah,
name
we-
three.
No,
You say
I'm
her
not
name
going
3
to.
times.
I'm
You
not
say her
going
name
to.
3 times.
No.
I will cast a spell on you right now.
No.
Taft,
She
grab.
appears in the mirror
Tap-
behind you.
Right. No. Yeah. So that's the
Did you
game.
watch that? Taft, grab the salt.
That's the concept of the game. Okay. We tried to play it once,
Oh my
and my dad
gosh.
caught us,
Good.
and he was like, "Do not invite Satan into my house ever again."
Whoa, that's
And I was like,
straightforward.
he was like, no, if you do that, you are inviting the devil into my home, and you are not allowed to do that. Never do it again. And he was like, this is real. Do not mess with it. Not cool. And I was like scared witless,
It's
and I
'cause
was like,
that
I'm
crap's-
never doing that
Did
again. It's real.
Did you watch the episode of Supernatural? The Bloody Mary episode?
Okay,
No,
hey,
no,
that's
you said
two.
that was the
That's
second
two.
it was
one.
it was so scary. And I remember being in my room like it's not real, and I said it twice, and I could not utter the third. Like, it's
don't,
like my
don't. Yeah.
spirit was like, "Don't you freaking dare!"
Uh-uh.
I love that that people can just buy Ouija boards.
No, don't play with Ouija
No,
boards.
but I love the fact that like
It's
you know
like
21
a game that was,
it's
it
just-
was
yeah.
marketed as a game in the 80s.
Yeah, it's freaking
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, that stuff is freaking nuts.
No.
No way, we don't play with that crap. Far away.
But yeah, Skeleton Key.
Dude,
That jacked me up because I was like, that
And you know
was
what the
too
worst
real.
part is? Was the ending. Because
Don't tell. Don't.
we're not
don't-
gonna spoil it,
oh.
but you know, at the end, you want to kind of feel some peace, and you were like, "Oh no, it's good." You're
Yeah,
like,
no, like I didn't sleep for days. Like it jacked me
Yeah.
up so bad.
that's a good. Have you
I've
seen
never
it?
No, I
I
haven't.
have it. I have it. We should watch it.
Okay, after all this heavy stuff, what do you watch to laugh?
Hey, give us a good comedy.
Okay, this is kind of an oldie but a goodie, but I've been wanting to rewatch it. The Proposal.
I
That
love that
is
movie.
pretty
I love
damn
that
funny.
movie.
It's so good.
The grandma in it.
Dude,
cracks
she's
me
so
up.
dope.
Betty White.
I love that movie. That's a good movie.
Why
because-
are you naked? Why are you wet?
It makes two to make a thing go right. That was the last.
It's the morning.
That was the last. Yeah, exactly. That was the last movie I watched when I lived in England. I went on a date with this girl I super liked for like a whole year.
Yeah.
And I waited till like the day I left. and we went to go see the proposal. Her name was Mona Lisa.
Nice.
Yeah.
For reals.
Her name's Mona
like
Lisa.
her last name was Lisa.
No.
No,
Her
it was Mona
her
Lisa
first name
something.
was Mona Lisa. It was called Mona.
Okay.
Yeah, she's cute. She still is cute. Like my pictures on Instagram, we're friends. Yeah. Dude, I love that. The proposal's a great one.
Yeah, Easy A, huge favorite.
love
Oh,
that
Easy
show.
Dude, Tav loves Easy A, but
So
that's a
good.
Okay,
one.
True Life, The Duff. I saw it in the theaters.
Oh
like
my
3
gosh,
times.
the Duff. Guess what? I'm the Duff. I'm the Duff. I'm the Duff.
No.
What is the Duff?
How are you the
The
Duff?
designated ugly fat friend.
Oh, bull
I'm
crap,
the Duff.
man.
I'm the Duff. When I got to go see that movie, I was just like, oh my gosh.
This is real life.
This is all making so
This
much
is my life. Yeah. I have been a Duff my whole life, so I was like, I identify
That's
so
the
hard
name
with
of
this
the movie.
The Duff.
Duff. The
Yeah,
Duff.
it's
So
about. It's
who's
about
in it?
no one.
May Whitman. No, May
Oh,
Whitman,
it's like-
Robbie Amell.
Yeah, no
May
one.
Whitman has been around forever. Like she's
I have that
was
movie.
a
We
child
should watch
star.
it. It's funny.
Okay.
But basically, it's about this girl, and she's just wondering, like, she has like these 2 hot friends, and then all
I
of a sudden
also
her,
have the Duff
and then her
and the
hot like
proposal.
dude best friend is just like, dude, it's just because you're the Duff. She goes, what's the Duff? He goes, the designated ugly fat friend, and it just like, it warps her entire perception as the audience is. I was just like, I was triggered. I was like, oh my! I went through. I replayed high school, and I was like,
Memories flashing back.
I was just like, oh my gosh.
I think I always had a reality about being the Duff. Like there was no name for
There
it.
was no name until
right.
You
What
knew.
What is what is his name? He is in a lot of stuff. The Asian journalism teacher and
I know.
yeah, crap.
The
what's
one
his
who
name?
just like ditched his like,
ditched his actual job as a doctor.
who was making already bank.
Yeah, he's legitimately a physician, and he was like, "Screw it, I want to be a doctor. I don't want to be a doctor. I want to be an actor."
I want to be in The Hangover.
Yeah, well, and he's on Community.
Oh, I love Community.
Yeah,
But his first role was Hangover.
Yeah, he's hysterical.
Yeah.
But he's like, I mean, I was a Duff, but when I was a kid, they didn't have a cool name for it. He's like Asian Urkel.
Asian Urkel. It's true. Oh my gosh, the Duff.
I
Well,
love that movie.
Stephanie, thanks for being on the show and talking about your procedure, which, by the way, I'll be honest with you, because you said before,
Yeah.
the biggest thing is you want upfront honesty.
Mhm.
I never want to hear that story ever again. I'll be honest. I'm going to have to listen to it, like, putting these podcasts online, but I might
There
skip
better
the
be
seg-
audio, yo, because if
There
you
is.
lost it.
There's audio. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
That was
thanks,
it.
Stephanie.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Good having you on.
Yeah, thanks,
appreciate
guys.
it.
That was way fun.
Bye-bye.